Yo, let me let you understand something, right? I want to talk about something. I'm leaving work right now, whatever. I want to talk about bad barber experiences uh, and customers that had bad experiences because because a bad. Hey, good night. What you doing out here?
Just
Chilling. All right. Yeah, a bad barber experience is almost like a rape. I won't want to compare it to rape, but they act like rape victims when they come in the barbershop because they like, oh wait, no, They looking in the mirror, they turn around, they looking at who's about to cut them, they looking at everything. They're traumatized. The trauma is real, man. If you get a bad cut, I still remember that bad haircut I got when I was in 6th grade, when I was going to Six Flags. And not only did I have a bad cut with my line pushed back by a bad, I remember when I went in the barbershop, I remember vividly, I went into the barbershop, right? I was in East New York. I was in East New York, and I went into the barbershop. I wanted to go to this barber named Cash. But Cash is always booked out. His name is Cash. So it was this other barber that was free. And I was a kid, I'm in 6th grade. So since I'm in 6th grade, they just said, yo man, you waiting for who? Nah, you gotta go to this guy. They sent me to the apprentice. And I knew I was done because he wasn't cutting nobody. He cut my hair, but he pushed my line all the way back, and I was always funny about my hairline. That's why I cut hair the way I do now. I preserve hairlines, and I make hairlines, and I'm a great hairline barber, one of the best in the business. I know how to make something out of nothing. I don't need enhancements to make a hairline look sharp or whatever the case may be. So because me growing up with my funny line, I had a line that grew in my face like a squirrel. Frankie called it a squirrel line. It grow like that, so so the barbers used to make it square. That's the routine. But growing up, I also wanted to keep it round and make it square. Or then I started growing it and I didn't shape it up. But sometimes I never used to shape it up. But I always shaped it up over my life. But I always learned how to preserve lines. So I was very cautious of people in their hairline, and men love their hairlines. So when I became a barber, that was one of my main focuses, is lining up. But clients when they come in, they're also particular about their lines, so they don't just jump in people's chair. They study, they've been through experiences where they had a bad haircut or a bad shape up or just a bad barber experience overall. So a lot of clientele have bad barber experiences that they carry from childhood, or even an adult. You get a bad cut, and the adult could get over it because but when you're a kid and you're growing up and you go into school, you get that bad cut, and people roasting you in school, you will never forget that barber. You will never forget that moment in your life, and you will never forget that cut because it's a scar. So when people come in the barbershop, they always just like, yo, who's the best barber? Some people will be ignorant to say, don't ever go in a barbershop and ask who's the best barber. Don't ever do that. That's disrespectful. Or y'all could cut because the last barber, we don't want to hear that. It don't matter how bad your experiences was. Some barbers will relish on that. Yo, just come through. We got you. Ha ha ha. But some barbers take that as disrespect. Like, yo, what do you mean who's the best barber in here? You know what I'm saying? That's when clients used to walk in and say, who's the best barber in here? In my shop, even if you thought I was the best barber or whatever the case may be, I'm not answering that question because it's like disrespect. You asking people who's the best in the shop, man. It's a good shop. Just come get your cut and get out. Stop jumping from chair to chair. A lot of customers, they always in different shops, hopping around, jumping from different chair to chair and getting their wig pushed back. You know, but it's rare that you get that trauma though, that post-traumatic cut syndrome. PTCS, post-traumatic PTCS, or PTHS. PTCS sound better. Post-traumatic cut syndrome, where you get that cut that destroyed your moment in time. And that happens to a lot of people. I remember it was this barber. I don't know if he passed away, but God bless the dead. Ricardo, you was the worst barber I ever seen in history of barbering. But you had a few clients because they was older dudes and they didn't care. But the thing with Ricardo is he was like half blind and he was an old man. And I watched him scalp people. I watched him give people the worst haircuts of their life. One time this guy came in and he had a ponytail. He was growing his hair, basically, it looked like for a long time. He said 10 years. And Ricardo cut his hair for the first time. That was so bad. I felt bad for the kid because not only did he first cut his hair for the first time, he went to the worst barber. The barber, he had a hairline since his hair was growing in so long and he had a long hair, his hairline was right here. Ricardo pushed his line all the way over here. So when he went to school the next day, people was like, oh, you cut your hair? And then they was like, oh, you shit is fucked up. So it's like a double whammy. You know what I'm saying? When you cut your hair for the first time, make sure you are sent to a barber that your friends go to. At least you're guaranteed. You might not guarantee the perfect cut, but you're guaranteed to not get your wig pushed back. You want to guarantee that your wig don't get pushed back when you go to a barbershop. Mothers, stop bringing kids, just throwing them in different chairs because you're in a rush. Stop that. That's bad, man. I see too many mothers doing that, just jumping in a chair because they want to get out the barbershop. But when your ass is sitting in the salon, you can sit there all day. But you want to throw this man in a chair and just bring him from chair to chair. I hate those women that go from shop to shop to shop to shop to shop. I hate that. I hate that because they don't have no time. You're training your kid to be a chair hopper, which is bad for him. A barber's a relationship. He's a barbershop pop. Every barber's touching him. You don't want every barber touching your kids. You know what I'm saying? He's a barbershop whore. Anybody can get it. You understand? I hate those type of customers because I'm not that type of person and I'm not that type of barber. I'm a cocky, arrogant barber. I'm a real barber. I take pride in my shit. So I want people to take pride in my shit. If you're my client, you're my client. I understand if you got a rush or if you got things to do, that's on you. But you know what I'm saying? Take the game seriously, man. This is not a game. Stop letting your kids jump from chair to chair to chair, man. And all them PTC, all them PTCS cats, I feel sorry for y'all, man. Get over it, man. Just be careful with who chairs you're getting into. And don't come to me with all that post-traumatic stuff, man. I don't want you jumping up in my chair. My credentials is real. My reputation is real. So sit your ass in my chair and get your cut. And stop jumping around like a little fish. A fish out of water, all right? And start training the kids after you do better. But, you know, at the end of the day, though, an apprentice got to learn. So he's going to mess people's heads up, you know? Just go to the barber school if you don't care about cuts. But when you're in the barbershop, barbers, if you're hiring barbers, make sure they can cut. Don't bring barbers in your shop that can't cut. And if they can't cut, don't let certain customers get in their chair to where they're destroying their lives. Because I've seen that happen. That kid should have, the owner of the shop, Devon, of Hairline Protectors, you should have never let Ricardo cut that kid and those other kids that he destroyed. You let him cut light seasons until he built his stuff up. Although he was messing that up too. But at least certain projects he shouldn't be able to touch. You know what I'm saying? And when I do my shop, But I say when I do my shop. My shop have the best of barbers, and the barbers that I was training, they didn't make those type of mistakes because we groomed them and we made sure they didn't. We didn't just leave them there and have them feast on people's heads. You know what I'm saying? So it's a way how you train, and it's a way how you go about things in this game to prevent ptcs. Okay, and at the end of the day, it's gonna happen though, because you're gonna have people that don't care, that's jumping in everybody's chair, sending their kids to everybody. So, you know, and apprentice gotta learn. So, and that's just the way of life. People, this is never gonna stop. PTCS will never stop because people always in a rush. People don't care. You're always gonna have those people that's in a rush and people that don't care. So, just get over your scars. Time heals all wounds. Carry on.